In 1972, a breath of fresh air blew onto the porn movie scene in the person of Marilyn Chambers, the model of young American motherhood, a Vassar grad, a cheerleader of the Pepsi generation. Marilyn Monroe made it in the 50s by appearing nude on a calendar. In the 70s, Marilyn Chambers appeared on a box of soap powder, but the results were the same: instant fame, money, stardom. Marilyn Briggs grew up in Connecticut, began modeling in New York at age 15, and landed small parts in several major movies. Then a short time in Hollywood, and at age 19, she headed north to San Francisco. Marilyn spent the fall and winter of 1971 searching for acting jobs, but was unable to break in. She looked for a dancing job in the topless bars of North Beach, but there was no interest in an underaged girl with an under 40-inch bust. Like other aspiring actresses, she lived from week to week, walking the streets, waiting on tables, crashing at a friend's pad, combating the disappointments and depressions that plague those unable to practice their chosen craft. She was alone, jobless, and wandering along San Francisco's Market Street when she heard the drone of bagpipe music from a street musician. A storybook romance developed, and Marilyn Briggs and Doug Chapin were married a year later. She found a job dancing at a Tenderloin bar, but Marilyn still wanted to act.
I was reading newspapers every day and the want ads or whatever, thinking, well, maybe there'll just be a movie role or something waiting for me, because I really found that living in San Francisco, I was trying to get into theater groups, dance groups, and it was very cliquey. People already had their organizations together, and they didn't want anyone else new to come in. So I read an ad in the Chronicle, and it said, now casting for major motion pictures. I said, oh, this is it. This is for me.
Putting on her best dress, she gathered up her portfolio and, with renewed optimism, started out for Stage A, the home base for the Mitchell brothers, pioneers of the hardcore film industry in San Francisco. Marilyn filled out an application and was asked to read Behind the Green Door, an anonymously written short story that had been in circulation since World War II.
Well, I really got into the role of being Gloria Saunders. I mean, I really super got turned on to being her, because she was the kind of a woman who was young and innocent, but really sexually aware, and wanted to experience a lot of things in sex.
Director Artie Mitchell congratulates his new star. With Marilyn Chambers starring, the search began for the story's black male stud who would emerge from behind the green door to ravage Gloria. That role went to school performer Johnny Keys.
The Mitchell brothers, I just got doing Jesus Christ Superstar, doing it down in L.A., and I didn't like the show after being in Hair. So a friend of mine named Arsenio that was in Hair with me told me that these people were casting for a movie. At that time, I didn't know it was an X-rated movie, so he called me and said, let's go down and see about it. So I went down. That's when the Mitchells were over on Tennessee.
Being in the fantasy of Behind the Green Door, within a fantasy with Johnny Keys, was just really made me go out of control.
Marilyn Chambers and Johnny Keys were again teamed in the next Mitchell Brothers film, The Resurrection of Eve, the story of a woman who, after surviving an auto accident, is given a new face by plastic surgeons and finds a new life. Tyler Reynolds, who now makes a living as a stand-up comedian and impressionist in San Francisco nighteries, and was to later star in the Mitchell Brothers epic Sodom and Gomorrah, debuted in Behind the Green Door as one of the studs in the famous trapeze scene.
Okay.
Yeah, no, I had never done any films before, so I really didn't know what to expect. So I didn't have any fears or apprehensions at all about doing the film. I thought it'd just be kind of an interesting experience. I'd be able to make some money to continue college, and like I said, I'd done group sex, so the group, sex thing didn't bother me at all. And I was just in it to make a few bucks, man, to help further my education.
When that camera's on, you're on, and you really get turned on. It's hard to imagine, but that's how it works.
To life.
No, to life.
Meanwhile, director Artie Mitchell and production assistant Laurie Baker discussed the technical aspects of the previous scene.
Only 3 guys got hard-ons at all, and the others, couldn't.
My overall goal is to just do bigger and better and much wilder things.
God damn it, Frank. You've got to loosen up and go through with it.
Hi, Frank. Eve. Hi. Johnny. Frank Paradise. Johnny Keith.
We met.
How you doing?
All right.
Johnny, this is Eve Paradise.
Eve Paradise?
Hi, Johnny.
Eve Goodman? Oh, I know I did. I'll just do
No.